welcome back to the Lowell Ricketts Show / football review.
All the crazy shit I did.
We just went over Penn State and slightly just briefly reviewed the Penn State game, and also the Millersburg Lime Mountain game. Now we're gonna spend most of this video on Eagles Dallas. Dallas won 20-10, but Dallas suffered a big blow. Romo out 8 to 10 weeks, broken clavicle. Also this week, Jason Witten may miss with a knee or some kind of leg or injury or something like that. So he might be out. So you'll have Romo, Witten, Scandrick out, Dez Bryant out. Greg Hardy's still out yet. So, but let's talk about the game. Defense overall for the Eagles kept them in the play, good enough to just keep them in the game. But the secondary is still suspect, especially Carroll, the corner, who's still getting burnt. That's a problem. They gave him a $60 million deal and hasn't done nothing. We'll see what happens there. Offensive line's been flat out terrible. Can't run. You can't create holes. I don't care who you are. If you're Barry Sanders, whoever, you're not getting many yards. And it's a shame for DeMarco Murray. They gave him a nice contract, and there's no holes for him to run through. And people are saying, yeah, Shady, he'd be able to take it to the outside. Well, you saw what happened at the beginning of last year. Shady couldn't even do anything. But there's no excuse this year for the line to struggle because nobody's coming off an injury. Nobody's hurt. They're just not getting it done. And Bradford has looked, He had a really good second half against the Falcons, but he really can't do anything either with the line. But some of his throws have been horrible. I'll give you that. They've just looked bad. This offense, and like that viral video that's probably out, I don't know if you've seen it, embarrassed. Right now, this whole mess is on Chip Kelly. I flat out agree. It's all on Chip. He's the one made the moves, and you're seeing right now what it's like. You got the game with the Jets this week, and you're down 0. You go down 0-3. You're in serious trouble. Granted, NFC East really weak. Dallas is in trouble, and the Giants are flat out terrible. Game management at the end in fourth quarters in both games have been flat out terrible. Telling the running back not to score, wasting not using time. The time management's been terrible for the Giants. So you don't want to go 0-3. It would not be your best interest to go down start the season 0-3. But you don't want to start off 0-3. I think this is probably right now the biggest game of the year right now for the Eagles. A win and you're in good shape. You're right back in the thick of things. Jets are playing phenomenal right now. You got to give it to them. Defensively, they're gonna be challenged. They're coming after people, stopping and shutting people down in the pass, running pass. So they're gonna have to bring their best effort this week. So we'll see. Don't know. I just don't have anything else. Eagles just flat out or pathetic right now on offense. Um, Matthews is dropping some passes that he should be catching, and you're seeing the fruits of it. Go quickly around the league real quick. The Cardinals are phenomenal. They're red hot. Carson Palmer, his last 16 starts, 14-2. That's pretty good. So they're a team to watch. Seattle on the down, no Cam Chancellor. They're 0-2, and they haven't played San Francisco, who's decent. Rams are decent, so they could be in trouble. Uh, Bengals off to a good start. Raiders with a win. Good performance. Derek Carr. Uh, Peyton they got back well. Well, Kansas City could be in some trouble there too. Uh, Colts are definitely in trouble. Andrew Luck is struggling. The Colts are 0-2. Who would have thought that? Um, a lot of football early yet, but there's been some surprises. The Jets are a pleasant surprise so far. I'm trying to think here. Who else? Cleveland 1-1. Johnny Manziel got him a win last week. He's improving. So it should be very interesting here. But again, Eagles, they got a lot of work to do. All that hype about in the preseason don't mean anything. And I'm starting to wonder how he prepares in the preseason. Maybe it's best not to go full bore and then come out and the start of the year like in preseason because something just is just not right. Um, Also, Eagles are out. Kiko Alonso, just to go back to the Eagles, Kiko Alonso out at least this week. There's talk 2 to 4. He has a sprained ACL. Michael Kendricks maybe back this week. He has a knee injury as well. So 2 guys out. Kiko Alonso. They paid him big bucks in that trade with Shady, and for him to start getting hurt again, uh, you just got to rethink that deal. And I was dead against it when the deal happened. I'm starting. I'm not there yet, but I'm starting to think I was right at the time to be as mad as I was. But it's patient. The season's a marathon, not a sprint. So we'll give it just some time to see how it plays out the next 3, 4, 5 weeks. Then we can assess at the halfway point where the Eagles are at. So that's enough on that. We're going to end it. Phillies talk here. They signed Pete Mackanin. He's been named the new manager. He signed through next year with an option for 2017. That was just announced today. Also, I just saw they've interviewed one candidate for the GM job. No name was given. So we'll see about that. We're gonna call it a night. I might do one Thursday, and I might do something different. I might do some picks. Try this out. College and pro. I will not pick any high school games. Points. I will not do it because by the time the Patriot News comes out, they pick games and they give the scores and all that stuff. I'm not gonna pick any, but I will. I will select the best college and pro games of the week, and we'll see how that goes. And we're gonna talk. I do want to talk about what happened Sunday in the Solheim Cup. Those of you golf, it's the women's version of the Ryder Cup. There was a controversial episode that took place on the 17th hole. On Sunday morning, they were finishing the four ball. They were finishing it because it got dark. There was weather on Saturday, so they finished it Sunday before they went into the final the singles matches. Maybe we will. We're gonna talk about that next. We're gonna take a break, and then when we come back, we will do. I will talk about. I want to talk about that. This is the Lil Rooker Show football review. So when we come back, we're gonna end it. We're gonna talk sportsmanship and golf, how it parlays to all sports. Right after this timeout, this is the Lil Rooker Show football review. We'll be right back.